Good morning, everybody. It is Emily Grant and Dr. Maureen Frank with Birding with Texas A&M AgriLife Extension Service. We are so excited. Well, we're not even gonna lie. We're very tired. And so we are excited to be here for Cup Chat. We do wish we were doing this at like 9 though.
Yeah.
And so I do have a full cup of coffee in my Ohio cup. So congratulations to everybody who guessed Ohio. You are there are 3 people who guessed Ohio, so we will draw for that in just a second. But I just wanted to, before we go on to about why, we want to tell you why we're tired. And I wore a special shirt today because I don't have it in me to put on a polo and wear my Birding with Extensions polo. But my shirt says Chaos Coordinator. I think that's a true description of what I have been this week. And so we have hosted Wild Kids Camp in person and virtually. We have 11 kids under the age of 11, social distance, following all our COVID-19 procedures and guidelines. And some intelligent person decided that it would be a good idea to tie-dye with those 11 under 11-year-olds. So it has been quite the week. Maureen, you want to share your thoughts on Wild Kids Camp? I guess you should tell them what it is first. You share.
So we just decided that it's really valuable to have kids be present in person, and so we had approval to do so. Emily was amazing at making sure we followed all the rules. Each kid has their own scissors. Each kid has their own crayons. They're all, apart. We did hand sanitizer like every single moment. We'd make them wash their hands and do hand sanitizer. So there's been a lot that's gone into it, but basically this is a chance for kids to learn more about the natural world around them. And so our first day we talked about snakes. Yesterday we talked about fish. Today they're learning about quail, and I'm super excited because they have some extra special quail guests.
Ooh, look at my quail behavior cards, everybody. There's a quail card game now that I have invented.
Yes, which that's something else that Emily's done kind of to try to balance the fact that we have kids live and virtual, because we wanted to offer it both ways. And so, that's a little tricky, but there's games that work for the kids being present in the classroom and those who are joining virtually. And so, yeah, and then tomorrow they're learning about insects. And so it's just kind of an overview of all these different animals that kids encounter in the natural world, and has been a lot of fun. They seem to have really enjoyed it and hopefully learned a lot too.
They have had lots of fun. They enjoyed tie-dyeing yesterday, and it really was not as bad as I make it sound, but it still was quite a bit of work. And so why we wanted to share with you why we're so tired and about Wild Kids Camp is because a lot of you out there helped make some of this possible, because y'all support our Birding with Extension programs. We don't make any money. We're an educational organization, and so I know that sometimes it seems like things cost a lot of money, and that's just because things cost a lot of money. These 2 people sitting in front of you are not getting rich, let me tell you. We are state government employees and we don't see any of the money. But any extra leftover money, what we do is put that aside for our youth programs so that we reduce the cost that it costs for our kids to come to Wild Kids Camp or learn to bird programs, buying binoculars for our youth birding programs. And we have a big announcement very soon about a big youth birding program that we are excited to announce coming soon on a Cup Chat. But like the virtual birding seminar, we raised a ton of money to help support our youth birding and natural resource program. So a huge thanks to all of you. And so one thing we want to talk about today in Cup Chat is the Birds, Bats, and Owls benefit dinner that we host during our Birding the Border program. So Maureen, you want to tell me, you get a 30-second commercial about why you like Birds, Bats, and Owls.
I like Birds, Bats, and Owls because it is so much fun to get to see some unique things that you wouldn't necessarily get to see in other parts of Texas. So the birds portion is that you will get to see some birds while we're out at Kickapoo, although we go in the evening. The bats portion means that you get to see bats leaving, excuse me, allergies. You get to see bats leaving from the
Is
Stewart
that
Bat
the
Cave.
new, wait, I just have to laugh. Is that the new procedure if you cough or sneeze and aren't sick and so everybody knows it's not COVID?
Yeah.
Allergies?
Yeah,
I
it
just,
snuck up
that
on me.
was great. Okay. So tell us more about these bats.
Yeah, so the bats leaving from the Stewart Bat Cave, the population is, I think, around 1 million bats, and so it takes a few hours every night for them to leave from the cave.
We don't stay the few hours. We
don't stay the few hours, but it's just to watch them come out for a little while. It's just incredible when you realize what it looks like to see 1 million bats leaving from one area. So it's not one of the larger colonies in the state, but it's still really, really impressive. And definitely something you can't just see anywhere. So,
and I love it because it is a behind the scenes kind of deal. And Kickapoo will be closed to everybody but us. It will just be our little group. And Birds, Bats, and Owls is limited to 14 people. And so we'll eat a very nice catered dinner. And then we will go watch the bats. And then we're going to go look for some owls. Notably, we are going to really hunt hard for that elf owl. And we have been lucky enough to see the elf owl at Kickapoo for the past 3 years.
Yeah, 3 years we found him.
And every time we've been at night, we have been able to find the little booger. And he's just so cute and adorable. He is hard to see, though. I tell you, the first time I saw him, it took me forever to find. I mean, everybody was seeing him, and he's so well camouflaged in those oak trees. It's just.
Well, and last year when he was in front of us and then he flew over our heads behind us, he's so small that it looked like a bat flying over almost, except you could tell it was flying differently and it made no noise. But just that size was incredible to see.
Yeah. Well, and then, so one really cool thing, so actually Kickapoo Caverns was actually a sheep and goat ranch many years ago. And so the shelter that the bats actually come out of is what a producer used for their sheep and goat shelter. And so I think that that's cool. So there'll be someone there to tell the story of the Kickapoo Cavern State Park and the shelter, and then the bats coming out. It's going to be a really fun time. So the benefit dinner costs $125 to attend. Half of that money goes to support Kickapoo Caverns bird management program. They have built a new bird blind and are going to build a new bird blind. And so we're going to help continue to support their birding management practices. And then the other half is going to come to our youth birding programs that we host through Texas A&M Extension Service. So that's what I've got to share about that. Maureen, you got something else?
No, I'm just really excited to do that. I enjoy that every evening. It's kind of a nice, intimate evening for everybody to share together and, get to know that small group of people. And if you're interested in seeing the Kickapoo bird blind, the beginner tour goes out there. Is that right? Or am I messing that up?
No, yes, I think beginner.
I think
yes,
there will be 2 different opportunities to go to the Kickapoo bird blind. So when we get our full schedule up, you can find those. And if you want to check it out, it's a really nice blind and a really good chance to just sit and see the birds and get a really good look at a lot of different species. So
right. And so one question we have had recently on Facebook is our Learn to Bird still good to go? Are we still planning? And so we have obviously had under 11-year-olds in face-to-face programming. We are starting to do in-face programming and in a safe, responsible manner here at Texas A&M AgriLife Extension Service. So with that being said, we are confident that as long as there's not a massive change in guidelines, that we are still going to be able to facilitate Learn to Bird in October. Now, there may be slight changes in terms of rooming, and that would only be to your benefit. Same cost. If our guidelines stay the same, we may have to do two people per cabin. And then, so there may be some room changes, but that would be only to your benefit. But really right now with the current guidelines we're under, I don't see a reason Learn to Bird is not a feasible option. And then another piece of that is we will follow all the procedures laid out by the state, county, city, and our local and our agency. And so don't be concerned. And if we have to cancel for any reason on our end, like if we cancel because of COVID-19, everyone will receive a full refund and we will get you taken care of. We do have a new feature on registration because we know these are very uncertain times, and we have a reserve your spot option. And so you can go on to the registration, and it's a 50%, so it's 165. And so you go reserve your spot for 165. We will email you when your other portion is due. And that way you can break that payment up into 2 payments if you would like to register, but because of uncertain times, you don't want to just put it all on your credit card and wait till October to see what's happening. But today, I feel 98% confident that that is something that we are still going to be able to accomplish with very few minimal modifications, because it's a group birding program. We're a relatively small group anyways. And so the strip is limited to
11,
or is it 14? I think it's 11.
No, I think it's 11.
Oh yes, 11. It's limited to 11 people anyways. So we're very confident that that can occur. So anyways, if you have any questions, feel free to reach out to us. We are sorry that we're a little bit sleepy today for our cup chat, but we're super excited. And check out today on Facebook. I will be sharing one of the activities the kids have done at Kids Camp, and we hope that y'all think that they're super cool. I'm excited about them. Gotta share my cup for next week. Okay, so this cup is not from the United States. Just to give everybody a view, this is the cup for next week's cup chat. I will be posting hints next Monday and Tuesday, just like I did this week. And Maureen, what do you want to give away?
Oh man, you put me on the spot.
I know. And I probably should take this from you because I get.
I'm not the giveaway person.
Yeah, I'm gonna give it away. You ready?
Yeah, go for it.
I'm in a mood. I am ready to give away. If you, we're gonna do a package deal. All right, you ready, Maureen?
I'm ready.
Prepared? Everybody, hold on to your chairs. We are going to give away a package deal. If you guess where my cup is from next week by commenting on our social media, we will be doing a package deal. So you will receive a 50% off your registration for Birding the Border, as well as your registration will include your Birding the Border t-shirt. So technically that's 2 separate things. So you're gonna get 50% off your registration for Birding the Border 2021, and then we are gonna include a free t-shirt for you. So lucky winner for next week's Cup Chat. All right, I need you to pick a number from 1 to 3 to see who our winner is for our Birding with Extension goodie bag cup.
I was thinking, that was my thinking face. I've got to use my random number generator because otherwise I feel like I'm not.
You're not
like
random?
I'm not random.
You haven't even seen my list. How could you not be random?
I know, but I 2.
That is Bella Birdie. And I kind of feel like she won last week too.
Oh, maybe she did.
Maybe she did. Well, Bella Birdie, you are lucky in Cup Chat if you won last week. But everybody guess where my cup is from next week. Again, not from the United States. So we will see y'all all next week. Have a great Wednesday.